28 this morning. Take the dogs down.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I have 6:02. It's January the 13th. We have a quorum present, and I call this meeting of the Upson County Board of Commissioners to order. At this time, if I get you to stand, we'll have Commissioner Biggs offer a prayer, and then we'll conduct the pledge.
Our Heavenly Father, we come before you with bowed heads and open hearts. We come before you to make all the right decisions for this community. We want the citizens to know that the decision we make hopefully will be the best decision for their interests. God, we ask you to touch ones that are brokenhearted and bereaved, that they also know that you love them in the time of sadness. Lord, bless this community and bless this nation. With these words we do pray. In Jesus' name, let everyone say amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Have a seat, please. Okay, first item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Everybody got a chance to look it over? Can I get a motion to
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I have a motion to have a second?
I'll second.
Chairman Brew,
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs.
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is an executive session. Has talked about personnel. Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So move.
I got one from Commissioner Jones. I have a second.
Second.
I got a second from Commissioner Biggs.
Chairman Brew,
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs.
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. We'll go into executive session. We'll be right back. Hopefully this doesn't take long at all. Okay, we came out of executive session. We're back in regular session. Next item on the agenda is public comments. I call your name. Please come to one of the two X's here. State your name, whether you're a resident of Upson County, and make all comments to the chairman. And first up is Ronnie Portwood.
I'm not speaking more.
Okay.
Just wait and see.
Next up is Alan Whitmire. Close enough.
Hello, I'm Alan Whitmire, 99 Diamond Head Drive, Thompson. Well, I'm here, I'd like to voice my support for the veterinarian hospital proposed on Fire Tower Road. Anyone that owns pets knows what a shortage of vet options we have right now, especially since Dr. Mike retired, who we miss very much. It's very expensive and hard to go out of town, and a lot of places, I know we still have one vet in town, but even there you have to have appointments. It's just more is better, especially, if we can have less expensive options. I mean, if you make somebody buy a lot of expensive commercial property, they got to pass the cost along to those people that need the help. And there's a lot of pets out there, and I know how much it costs. And I've got a steady income, and it's very expensive for me to get my dog and cat seen about them. So, but anyway, I can't understand what the opposition, and I don't understand all the rules, the zoning and whatnot, but it seems to me that we have appointees, and I hate to sling mud, but it seems like there's some other agenda other than the well-being of us everyday citizens. And I know it may not be the same party, but it's still appointees, and how else could I explain people that are appointed, whether it's IDA or planning commission or whatever, going out and finding somebody like Brightmark, for instance, that's going to come in here and pollute the company, the county, but has nothing but roadblocks for a veterinarian, somebody that's going to do some good for this county, or a nice neighborhood going out, on the western side. I don't understand it. Let's see. I think along those same lines, I think this body should either defund or put the appointments on pause so we can figure out a better way to do it. I think the elected officials, you guys, should be the decider, because y'all are the only ones that's accountable. If I go to see somebody in IDA, they're not going to give me any time of the day. But y'all are accountable to the voters. I mean, we can come up here and fuss about things, but I don't think the IDA is untouchable, or the planning commission. People have got to live, and we go in with these appointees, make all these stringent rules. Your house has got to be so big. Well, when my family moved to Thompson, we lived in a single wide trailer in one of these trailer parks, and I don't see how somebody starting out, if you're going in, make them go to one of these big box houses, they're going to survive. So you got to enforce the codes. I mean, they can't have trash piles out there, and they got to keep the house up, but we can't. This is not going to be a Beverly Hills. So, and it's the same way with the pets. You got pets, nowhere to take them. You think they're going to go travel to Barnesville to get their dog a shot when they can't buy gas in the car? So, anyway. And, like I say, we already got codes and ordinances that are not being enforced for what reason ever. And I think it may be because there's a manpower shortage with law enforcement. I encourage us to, spend the money on law enforcement.
1 minute.
1 minute. So I support hiring more law enforcement for these efforts. we got, and this needs to be an order, some loud music. Dogs being tied up by roads, people shooting in residential areas. I know those people shooting don't have any sense. I mean, if they're shooting in a close-in area, somebody's going to get hurt at some point. So, another thing before y'all put me down is the mentally ill. Somebody's got to stop the other counties from dumping the mentally ill folks in this county. So, that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Whitmire. Next up is Mr. Chuck Thompson.
Evening, folks. Chuck Thompson, 1425 West Haven Road. Yatesville, Georgia. Proud inhabitant. Been back here 5 or 6 years, I think, at this point. Last night when I left this room, I went home and I told my wife, I said, "You ready to move?" And she said, "Not really." I said, "Well, let me point out something." So, as I drove home last night, I always try to look at things from everybody's different perspective. From my perspective, from other people's perspectives. Who all says what, who all believes this, where is the final line on what we're trying to do here in Upson County? To me, and the reason I came back here after being gone for 42 years, because this place raised me. It made me who I am. It made me successful in a lot of different ways. It taught me the base values of who I am, what I should be, and what I would want my children to aspire to be. That's why I came back to Upson County. My wife's not from here. She loves me enough where she made that decision to come with me. Last night I questioned why I came back. And I thought really hard about it because I never intended on coming back to Upson County. I was going to live in Montana, Texas. I came back because this is the place, once again, that raised me. And all the influences that I had in my life, any successes I had, are attributable to Upson County and the folks of this community. Last night, for the life of me, I could not figure out what in the world was taking place when you have somebody come to the community who's not from here, never been here, been all over the world, could live anywhere they wanted to live, but they chose to come to Upson County. I asked Dan Brew to come out to my house when he was thinking about running, and I said, "Dan, you've got a big obstacle in front of you. You're not from here." And that matters in this community. You can say it doesn't, but it does. People put a lot of weight behind that. When I got through talking with Dan Brew, he said, "Chuck," he said, "I think I can make a difference." And I believed him. And I have been BS'd a lot in my life by a lot of different people, and I think I'm immune to a lot of it. But I knew that he and Dana were not BSing me. They really had no cause to come to Upson County. They want to make it better. They're adding something to the place. They're not taking away. They're not asking for anything other than a fair chance. I've been given thousands of chances in my life. That's all they want is a chance. I'm asking you folks to give them that chance. And let's see where we go. It absolutely astounds me that we would even think of turning down, of bringing somebody that can add something to the community that we desperately need.
Yeah.
There's no vets anymore. Dr. King is not alive anymore. Dr. Pasley is no longer practicing. I have to go to Barnesville, or in some cases Noonan. If they make a farm call, it's incredibly expensive. Just to come from Barnesville to my house cost me the other day, and I said this last night, to vaccinate 4 dogs, and worm them, it was $1,350. That's hard. These folks just want a chance. Dana gave up a life of following her husband around the military all over the world.
1 minute.
Went back to school, got a degree as a veterinarian, and wanted to come to Thomaston, Georgia to help improve. and help make it something that we could all be proud of. Not asking for any welfare. Just let me build my office and I'll show you. That's what we, in my mind, this community has always been about. I was in the same room when Steve Harvey came up here and he said very eloquently, folks, I just want a chance. Period. I live a mile from where Steve Harvey is. There's never been an issue with Steve Harvey and the events that he puts on at all. I'm asking you guys, should it come to your attention, to your vote, to your decision, to give Dana a chance for the welfare of all of us. Thank you.
Next up is Ashley Anderson.
Hello, my name is Ashley Anderson. I live at 117 Herbert Street. That was very touching. Try to regain myself. I agree. She just wants a chance. And I just want to say that the conduct of the Planning Commission of Upson County has raised serious concerns regarding professionalism, fairness, and competence. Repeated instances of blatant biases. This is the meeting last night. Blatant bias have undetermined public confidence in the Commission's ability to make impartial decisions that serve the broader interests of the community. Last night's meeting is just one example of the bias and disrespect and the lack of knowledge of the procedures that have become commonplace. My mouth just dropped when I heard the chairman of the planning commission. He just was very rude to you, and I was like, is that like, can he do that? And so, and all the other, like, his lack of knowledge on knowing you had to help him with the procedures of the law, and I just was like, that he's supposed to know that. So, and also the disrespect towards you, yeah. And the comment, it was just very unnecessary. He said, "Are you running this meeting?" And then that was just very disrespectful towards the citizens and the stakeholders during the meeting. He pretty much created an atmosphere that is pretty much unwelcoming and dismissive. So the apparent lack of knowledge and the adherence to proper policies and procedures calls into question the validity and the legality of the Commission's intent and has resulted in legal action being brought against the county. The personal bias against Mr. Brew shown during last night's meeting was clearly evident. The attitudes and behaviors displayed compromises the integrity of the decision-making process and undermines the principle of equal representation. When officials display predetermined positions, it erodes public trust, discourages community participation, and creates the perception that outcomes are decided before citizens are heard. And I really believe that they made a decision before anybody ever started this meeting. And that's not where it's at. Let's see. Such conduct not only damages the credibility of the governing body, but also exposes it to legal and ethical risk by violating standards of fairness, transparency, and due process. Collectively, these behaviors reflect a troubling pattern that highlights the urgent need for higher standards of conduct, training, and oversight. So I really want to see that Dana gets her chance, and I just really think it was very unprofessional, and that's not how we should have a body of this town just disregard the people of this town that takes pride in where they were from. And that really upsets me, because this is my hometown as well. And for people to come into this town and to get rejected like that when they're trying to do something good for this community, that's alarming. And so I'm embarrassed by this town and that what happened last night. I'm embarrassed, and so I don't even want to say where I'm from, because that's inappropriate in my book. So that's all I gotta say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is Neil Andrews.
Chairperson and Commissioners, my name is Neil Andrews. I live at 745 Pleasant Valley Road. I'm 64 years old. I was born and raised in Thomaston, and I'm a proud Eagle Scout. I was born in a town and community that I love, and I reside here today. Last night at the Zoning and Planning Board meeting, I spoke in favor of the variance approval for the proposed veterinary clinic and hospital, along with approximately 31 others, with only one person in opposition. What I witnessed among 50 others, approximately 50 others, was an absolute charade by the board as appointed by you all. Specifically, the conduct of the chairperson, who actually is a friend of mine. As an Upson County Commissioner, duly elected by your constituents, you're to make unbiased decisions that best represent the services. I'm sorry, page stuff together. To represent the interest of our community and appoint people to our boards that are open-minded, reasonable, trustworthy, friendly, courteous, kind, respect, reverent. Kind of sounds like a Boy Scout to me. The Scout laws were not demonstrated last night with the conduct by one of the board members. And you should be appalled and embarrassed by their unprofessional conduct. The board heard compelling testimony from approximately 31 of your constituents about why this clinic is critically needed in our community. Among those in support of this clinic were current Upson County resident veterinarian Dr. Crawford and veterinarian Griffin, who provided testimony that her clinic has been able to provide charitable services and funding to Spalding County and its animal shelter. This board has the broad discretion in the interpretation of ordinances, and they demonstrated compassion and good judgment last night in a ruling in favor of Dennis Fowler. And I'm sure y'all can see that in the records. However, they did not use good judgment in the case of this variance request, which not only have a negative impact on the Brew family, but will have a negative impact on many residents of Upson County that have animals and livestock. Before I continue, let me say that I'm not out for a board member's head or attempt to challenge the commissioner's authority. Two of the board members were my personal friends. I'm just presenting the facts. The chairperson was unaware of proper legal procedures for this appeal. He was clearly biased and disrespectful. He actually made a comment to Dan Bruce stating, quote, "Would you like to run this meeting?" when Dan was trying to guide him and point out the guidelines by Robert's Rules, which governs the meeting. This statement was unprofessional and completely unnecessary, disrespectful, and I'm appalled, along with many others. The board failed to acknowledge a precedent that has already been established allowing operation of Hannah's Mill Animal Hospital, which is not on an arterial road and is operating in a heavily populated residential area under commercial zoning. In addition, B&BC is also operating a commercial business on AR zoning. The current zoning ordinance for hospitals is very vague and does not specifically identify the type of hospital, but it does state that it must be on an arterial road, aka state road. However, this does not seem to be the circumstance with Upson County Regional Medical Center, which subsequent to this ordinance changed its primary and emergency ingress and egress to Cherokee Road. Furthermore, it should be noted that Woodbury Animal Clinic located in Meriwether County. Its ingress and egress is on the city street. The aforementioned locations have operated for many years without a traffic safety concern, and quite frankly, ingress and egresses are much safer from a county-owned or private roadway. The safety focuses on ingress and egress was demonstrated by the permitting recently of construction of both Dollar Generals on Highway 74 and Echo Circle in north of the county. Lastly, the board failed to acknowledge the financial benefits to Upson County represented by the addition of this animal clinic. I'd like to ask you the following question. Livestock medicine is recognized by the Georgia Department of Agriculture, Federal Department of Agriculture, as an agriculture-related activity. Why does Upson County not recognize this as surrounding counties do? I'm out of time. I had some more comments, but I appreciate you.
Thanks, sir. Okay. Now we got Ashley, we're at Lisa Price.
I will speak, actually. I will speak. I wasn't prepared because I just signed in. So I'll be brief. My name's Lisa Price. I live at 119 Salter Road. I'm the president of Upson County Humane Society. We actually spend a lot of money on county dogs. Dogs that end up in your shelter. The shelter run by the county. We spend a lot of our money donated to the actual shelter itself. We support the animals in this community by donations, by volunteers. We depend on veterinarian care. We support hundreds of dogs and cats a year that come out of that shelter. We don't usually bring them locally. One, Hannah's Mill is awesome. They're great veterinarian care, but they're so full. They're the only vet in our community. So we take every dog and every cat pretty much out of this community and vet them in Griffin. And we send them off to Barnesville. We take them to Woodbury, Locust Grove. We volunteers, our own gas, by donations, we pay the vet bill. We would love to do that locally. We would love to have an option to be able to do that locally. Now, as far as the planning commissioner meeting last night, I guess there's zoning issues or whatever, but I do want to make it a point, we need this. And I can't, see why. I rode down Fire Tower Road. This is not going to cause an issue as far as traffic. And I mean, veterinary clinics don't operate that way. You don't have a bunch of traffic driving down the road every day. But I think that this is a great opportunity that we're letting slip through our fingers. And I think also that there's the problem with, if people call me for help, they can't afford Dr. Crawford's. He's a very expensive vet, probably the range of Atlanta, Georgia vets cost. So that's why we recommend members of our community to go to Barnesville, to go to Woodbury, to go to Griffin for your veterinary needs. And a lot of these people can't afford to get there. They're elderly, they can't travel that well. Their dogs are too big. So pretty much a lot of the animals in our community are getting neglected because they can't afford to take them to Crawford's, but they don't have the ability to get them to another county, state, veterinarian care. So I would love for the opportunity for this veterinarian facility to come to our community, and I think that putting it in your hands is the best thing at this point, so we can make this happen for our community. So it'll help not only the citizens, but our local animals.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. Ms. Peggy Farrell?
I didn't know I was going to speak either. I wasn't prepared. Peggy Farrell, 515 Train Mill Road, Vice President of Upson Humane and a rescue facilitator. I spend sometimes 7 days a week in the road, and I've been to the vet twice this, well, actually 3 times already in 2 days, animals, because I have to go out of town too for a lower cost, and they give the rescues a discount too. So I'm in the road all the time. We desperately need this here. Where all our volunteers spending so much gas money and trying to help people. I get calls like Lisa does 7 days a week. People can't afford the vet care here, and they can't go out of town. Some of them don't have cars, and some of them, you know, are older and disabled, and it's desperately needed. I have a lot of friends that have farm animals, and like they said last night, appointments are like 3 weeks out. They're losing animals, they're dying in the process, and it's needed very bad. And I wasn't prepared, but I back up all their comments.
Thank you. Shannon Cox.
I'm Shannon Cox. I'm at 306 West Upson Street. I'm a cat rescue facilitator for the shelter, and trying to help also other cats in need as requests come in, which they do all the time. So it's quite clear this is needed. I don't think that's in question. I don't think that's in question at all. What I want to point out is that at the meeting last night, it came quite clear before that it was about halfway through even, there was great disrespect shown to Dan Brew, who was not there as a commissioner. He was there as a private citizen making a request. Every private citizen deserves respect. They deserve to be heard. They do not deserve to have to suffer sarcasm and rudeness, and it was just unacceptable. Furthermore, at the end of it, the chairman had the nerve to say to him, to intimate to him that Dan was just in it to line his own pockets. And I thought that was the most insulting thing I'd heard all evening. When he insulted Dan Brew as a private citizen there, he insulted all of us. I take offense. I don't take offense easily, but I took offense to that. This needs to be dealt with. We citizens do not need to put up with rudeness, disrespect, having our desires just ignored. Just, you know, like we were there, all these 31 people up there and speaking and making very good points. And at the end of it, I thought, well, that was all for nothing. We might as just well been puppets up there just talking. Just, it all meant nothing. This needs to be dealt with. We're not going to put up with it. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Dana Brew.
She has about 3 minutes left. Can I take those 3 minutes?
I can't give time. I'm sorry. Dana Brew.
Okay, I'm Dana Bruce, 678 Fire Tower. I live in Thomaston. I have my notes written down so I don't kind of stray off, but at this point we're aware that people in our community are outraged by the decision that was made last night by the Planning Commission to deny a request for a variance and special exception to build a veterinary hospital on our AR zone land. The bigger outrage, however, is the way the meeting was conducted. It was evident that there was that there was blatant disrespect towards Danny, and there was obvious bias. The hearing was not going to be adjudicated fairly. That was obvious, and it was a complete embarrassment to our community. As a property owner in the county, I felt we were absolutely discriminated against based on the fact that my husband is an elected official. When individuals are treated differently, subjected to bias, or denied opportunities solely based on their public office, it creates an environment of prejudice rather than of professionalism. Such conduct not only harms those directly affected, but also erodes public trust in the local government by suggesting that personal relationships rather than objective standards influence behavior and decision making. Discrimination of this nature is inappropriate, it's unethical, and it's inconsistent with the expectation that all citizens in our county be treated with respect and without bias. In addition to the discrimination and respect that was apparent last night, the fact that the Planning Commission continues to break protocols and fails to follow established procedures needs to be immediately addressed. When the County Planning Commission repeatedly fails to follow those established ordinances, and instead bases its decisions on prejudice or bias, it undermines the rule of law and the integrity of the entire planning process. Ordinance exists to ensure consistency, transparency, fairness, and it protects both property owners and the broader community from arbitrary or discriminating actions. Disregarding these standards exposes the county to legal risk, creates uncertainty for residents and developers, and erodes public confidence in the local government. You may not be yet aware, but it is a matter of public record filed on January the 8th in the Superior Court of Upson County. The county has been served with legal action based almost entirely on the misconduct and ineptitudes of the same committee that failed the citizens of our county last night. In the legal action, which I have a copy here, and I highlighted all of the areas, if you guys would like a copy. I don't know if you have a copy yet. It is alleged several times that the commission failed to follow procedures. We saw that last night. It lacked discretion. We clearly saw that last night. It failed to conduct a proper hearing according to the code section 78-174. The chairman didn't even know the procedures to follow an appropriate meeting last night. That was evident. They failed to afford a petitioner the same opportunity as allowed by other applicants. I would argue that we weren't allowed the same opportunity as another applicant that was heard previous to us, because they did find in favor of him and didn't find in favor of us. And they exceeded the scope of the authority. I'm not sure if they exceeded the scope of the authority with us, but they certainly demonstrated bias with us. And they acted in an unconstitutional, arbitrary, and capricious manner. Certainly that was evident last night at our hearing. I implore you, the Board of Commissioners, who are elected by us, me included, to address the misconduct of the Planning Commission immediately and take proper steps to ensure that the people of our county are represented by appointed and elected officials that uphold the integrity of their positions. Obviously, I have a lot of stake in this game. It's not a monetary stake in this game. I went back to vet school when I was 48 years old.
1 minute.
Solely to help the citizens in our county. I didn't have to. We were financially okay without me. Even without me working at all, we're financially okay. This is not a monetary gain for us. This is a wanting to help our community, and especially the people who own livestock in our county who have zero other options in our county. That's all. Thank you.
All right, next up is the consent agenda. I'll go over it real quick for those who weren't in attendance at the work session. We're going to look at approval of resolution 1.226. That's approval of the qualification fees. We have a couple of offices that are up for re-election, and we set the fee for them to pay to register or to qualify to vote, or qualify to run, excuse me. Approval of resolution 2.26, updating the resolution for Records Advisory Board. Records Advisory Board is over in the archives. They keep all the official records of the city, the county, the school board, and we just updated those positions in large part because we, in an effort to remove conflicts of interest last year, we updated our ordinances so that if you are a member of the government, you cannot also be a member of a board, as there might be a conflict of interest. Approval of bylaws of those Record Advisory Board. Approval of a bid for a flooring project at the Sheriff's Office. It should be noted that there's a special jail fund that is separate from our taxpayer dollars that legal fees and things go in. That is what will pay for the upgrades at the Sheriff's Office. There was a bid for a new HVAC system at the Civic Center. Replace several HVAC units that are roof-mounted units. Significant amount of money. That was SPLOS funds coming from 1 cent sales tax, not property tax. And then the last thing is a contract, a little over $7 million to C.W. Matthews for the 2026 paving project. Again, we're going to get a lot of miles paved in Upson County this year. That was the lowest bid. It was a great price, coming less than what we anticipated, and that project will be paid for with T-SPLOST money, Transportation Special Local Option Sales Tax, which is another penny that you may or may not know that you pay at Walmart. So again, no impact on property taxes, and we get some great roads. We have some great looking roads compared to surrounding counties. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Jessica?
Chairman Brew,
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs.
Yes.
Commissioner Watson.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next up is an update on the airport hangar development.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Commissioners.
Could you come up here so everyone can hear you?
We are ready to move to phase 2 of the hangar development project. As you all are aware, we funded through SPLOST dollars the local match on the site prep for that project in 2024 and 2025. We have since then obtained bids and got a low bid from Pound Clark out of Columbus to do the construction. We went to the local banks and looked for bids for the best rate we could find. Although this loan is a 90% reimbursable by the FAA, we felt it's prudent to structure the rate for the customers so that over a 20-year loan, they will pay for it without any FAA reimbursement. The FAA reimbursement comes primarily from the non-primary airport entitlement fund that the FAA has. We are allowed to use that $150,000 a year to pay down debt on airport buildings, unless there's a safety or maintenance project that we have to allocate those funds to what we call the air side. So we can't depend on it every year, but we can depend on it being there a significant amount of the time. But without it, we'll still pay off the loan with the 3 customers that this corporate hangar will be housing. It's one building with 3 bays, 70 by 75, and we have 3 customers with commitments to them. We have 3 more waiting in the wings if somebody falls out on it. These are corporate type aircraft. One of the customers you're familiar with is Air Evac, who is temporarily housed in an office trailer, and they want to move into a permanent facility there with us. One of them is Amwaste, based out of Forsyth, who has a Pilatus PC-12 that's right now in Columbus. So we'll be getting that aircraft added to our inventory. We'll build 3 bays in one building. If this works well, we can just continue down a chain, adding 3 more bays at a time. It'll bring our based aircraft up to 109 aircraft, which makes us eligible for significant more funding when discretionary funds are allocated, such as for the all of the COVID funds that you saw and the bipartisan infrastructure law that you saw. So we'll be sitting in a good position, being well based over 100 aircraft. And we're ready to move forward with it. Just, we really want your blessing is all. We're not asking for any money. We're going to pay for it ourselves.
I like it. Could you state your name and your position just so everyone in
Yes, I'm Mitch Ellaby. I'm the airport director at Thomaston Upson County Airport.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next up is discussion and appointment of the vice chair. I first want to take a moment to thank Commissioner Watson for being the vice chair last year. Done an outstanding job in my absence. I tried to be here. I was here most of the time. I think we might have been in Egypt.
Yeah.
I might have been in Egypt one time. But you know, I promised to be available when I took this job, and I pretty much was here, and I promised to do the same this year. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to nominate Commissioner Chris Biggs to be the vice chair for this coming year. And can I get a
I'll second that
second?
motion.
I have a second. Any discussion? He's not backing out. Let's take a vote. We got it.
Chairman Brew,
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next up is discussion and possible appointment of Archives Record Advisory Board. All right.
I'd like to make a motion that we have 2 appointments to make, and we appoint Mr. Joseph Gazafi and Neil Trice.
Okay, I have a motion to appoint Mr. Joseph Gasafi and Mr. Neil Price. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next up is discussion and possible appointment to the Board of Assessors. And what I'll tell you is earlier last year, we voted to increase the number of members of the Board of Assessors. And so we're going to execute on that decision at this time, and we'll be appointing up to 3 members to the Board of Assessors. Have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion and just in an effort to, without making 3 consecutive motions, I just want to make one motion that we appoint the following. Recommendation for me is to nominate Mr. Ronnie Portwood, Mr. William Roberts, and Mr. Chris Daniel to be appointed to the Board of Assessors for a 3-year term.
Okay. I have a motion to appoint Mr. Ronnie Portwood, Mr. William Roberts, and Mr. Chris Daniel to the Board of Assessors. Do I have a second?
Chairman, before you get a second, can we say reappoint?
Reappoint Mr. Ronnie Portwood.
Second.
I have a second. Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next item up is discussion and possible appointment to the Board of Elections. And it appears we have 3 positions available on the Board of Elections, or 2 of them reappointments, 2 are possible reappointments, and 1 new appointment. Can I get a?
Mr. Chairman, I'll do the same thing Commissioner Ellington did. Instead of doing it 3 times, we're just going to do it 1 time. It's for a 4-year term. It's three individuals, Brenda Dawson, Dana York, and George Flowers Jr.
Okay, I have a motion to reappoint Brenda Dawson and Dana York, and to appoint George Flowers Jr. to the Upson County Board of Elections for a 4-year term. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next up is discussion and possible appointment to the Industrial Development Authority. This is for a 2-year term. We currently have Ms. Jennifer Rogers serving in this position. Do I have a motion to reappoint or appoint someone?
I'll make a motion to reappoint Miss Jennifer Rogers.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion to reappoint Ms. Jennifer Rogers to the IDA, and I have a second. Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next up, we are going to pass over the appointment to the Library Board, as we do not have a recommendation at this time. Next item is discussion and possible appointment to the Office Building Authority for a 1-year term. We have Commissioner Ellington currently serving. Do I have a motion to reappoint or to appoint?
I'll make a motion to reappoint Commissioner Ellington to the Thomaston-Upson Office Building Authority,
Okay.
OBA.
I have a motion to reappoint Commissioner Ellington to the Thomaston-Upson County Office Building Authority for a 1-year term. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Biggs. Mr. Jones? Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Abstain.
Commissioner Jones? Yes. Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Okay, on the agenda is a possible appointment to the Three Rivers Regional Council, non-public member. All right. I think we're going to have to adjust we're going to have to make an adjustment to the agenda
To add the 2 rivers.
and the planning commission. Yeah, Mr. Martin.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, let's continue with the agenda, then we can open it up. So discussion of possible appointment to Three Rivers Regional Council, non-public member. I would be honored to make a motion to reappoint Ms. Adrienne Shells to the Three Rivers Regional Council, non-public member for a 1-year term.
I'll second.
I have a second. Ms. Jones.
Chairman Brew?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, we have a couple more vacancies that we do have applicants for. One is the Upson County Planning Commission, and the other is the Two Rivers Council. They were not on the agenda tonight. Would someone like to make a motion to add discussion and possible appointment to Two Rivers Council and discussion and possible appointment to the Upson County Planning Commission?
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion to add 2 more appointments to the agenda, and I have a second. Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
Yes.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to, this is for Two Rivers Council, 1-year term. We only get 1 appointment there. I'm going to nominate Steve Rush for that position.
Okay, I have a motion to nominate Mr. Steve Rush to the Two Rivers Council for 1 year. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
I will abstain.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, and next up is the Planning Commission.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion for the Upson County Planning Commission, which is a 3-year term, to appoint Jeffrey Little.
Okay, I have a motion to appoint Mr. Jeffrey Little to the Upson County Planning Commission for a 3-year term. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Ms. Jones, I will abstain from this vote, just as I abstained from the previous vote, who was also a member of the Planning Commission, because I have an issue before the Planning Commission. Ms. Jones?
Chairman Brew?
Abstain.
Commissioner Ellington?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Biggs?
Yes.
Commissioner Watson?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. Okay, that concludes the agenda. Next up is comments. County manager is, I think, I don't know what he's doing. Somewhere on a boat, hunting something. Okay.
He's Bigfoot himself.
County attorney, you got any comments for us?
We had a fairly long but productive day in probate court today and resolved over 90% of the cases in court. So I want to report that. But other than that, that's it.
Okay. Ms. Jones, do you have anything for the board?
No, sir.
Okay. Commissioner Biggs.
Hey, I'd just like to ask everyone to keep the Skelton and the Thompson family in your prayers. Tomorrow's going to be a hard day for them.
Thank you. Commissioner Ellington.
I just echo what he said about the Skelton and Thompson family. And also, I'd like to say the same for Mr. Allen Hill. He become a regular figure in this room, and he's been missing lately, and shame on me, he was involved. And I don't want to put people's personal information, but he was involved in a pretty serious accident on the Saturday that we had the Uptown Christmas Parade, which involved his tractor. And he's going through some pretty serious medical conditions at this time, and I just have asked this community to, Mr. Hill, he doesn't say a lot, but when he does, he's spot on, okay? And, he is, as a county commissioner, he's been, he's beat me down in the dirt, and then he's picked me up and dusted me off, and guided me, and I appreciate that. And he took right over where Gary Self left off, and I respect that, because I'm 58 years old, but I still need a little guidance every now and then from my elders.
Yes, you do.
And that's all I got to say, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Commissioner Jones.
Ditto on both of these, the Skelton family especially. Any financial support anyone can give them, I'm sure it would be appreciative. It's very hard to even talk about something like that, losing your children. So, other than that, I appreciate everybody that showed up, appreciate everybody on YouTube, and I'm done.
Okay. Commissioner Watts?
And yeah, I'll echo the other commissioners with the families, definitely in need of some help. One item that I have is related to recreation. The spring season's coming up, and I believe they had a Q&A going on tonight because there's some changes that are going to be made for the spring season. So I encourage anybody that's a coach or a player or parent just to reach out to your rec staff, ask questions if you don't know, all the details. That's it.
Okay. I will echo the same. Please keep these families in your prayers, and if you can help, I'm sure it's more than appreciated. I want to say thank you to everyone who came out tonight, and everyone who came out last night. I think it is critically important that our community participates in our local government. I'm incredibly proud to hold this position, and over the past year, we've had a lot of interaction with the community, and I appreciate you. I know that all the board members appreciate you, and appreciate those who watch on YouTube as well. You can go and see how many people are watching this. So not everybody can be here, but this is important business that we do, and I just think the fact that you take time away from your family to come and participate is really appreciated. And with that, I just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.
Come on, I was thinking about what?